What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. For breakfast, I had some biscuits and gravy. I had a banana and some biscuits and gravy that my mom made. And my mom, just right before I started recording this, I was about to press record, and then she called me and she gave me some garbanzo beans. Some like oven garbanzo beans, like some baked ones. And I always like those, and they're pretty tasty. However, because I was about to hit record and then my mom called me and then I left for a couple minutes and I came back, the weather outside has shifted ever so slightly to where the brightness on my face is not where I want it. I'm a little too overexposed, which is fine. This happened on some of my studying live streams. If you look at those, I would set the camera settings to be proper for when I would start recording, and then it would change to just the weather would change outside, and that's like my lighting. And if it changes just ever so slightly, the exposure is weird. But I woke up at 5:30 this morning and I walked on the treadmill for 1 mile. And I worked today. I've worked from, I'm closing today, I think. So I've worked from 12 to, from 12 to sometime. I don't really know what time. I have no idea. From 12 to 4. But since I'm closing, it'll probably be more like 4:30. I did a few assignments today. I did 3, although it's like 21 modules, and I've completed 12 of the modules, and it's due today. And last week, I sort of did this terrible thing where I just turned in the work when I was like 70% done with it. I hadn't done any of the labs, and it was a rather degenerate thing to do. And because of that, I have like a C+ in this class. And so if I want to get an A in the class by the end of the quarter to keep my GPA up, I have to have 100% on all the rest of these assignments. So tonight I'm really gonna lock in. I tried locking in today, but I kind of got held up on one assignment, which I think might be bad practice. I think if I get held up on something, I should just skip it and come back to it. And plus I'll have a fresh, smarter mind, and maybe I can use the stuff I learned later in the module to help me on the earlier stuff, even though you're not technically supposed to. But that's just sort of an internal rule I have. I'm sure it's not against the rules. Yeah, it was this crazy thing with with function arguments. It was like the difference between global and local variables. Like how when you define a function and you have variables inside of that function in Python, it's like local variables exclusive to that function. And the thing that was tripping me up was that I expected to be able to return the final value in the function, but it wasn't working properly, and I forgot I had to sort of define it globally, because where it's calling back to is sort of a globally defined variable, and so if I wanted to call to a function and then I want the function to export sort of a variable, I would have to define it globally. That was the problem. I even yeah, you can see my little, you can see all my tests on the side, and I kept trying to do this thing. A lot of the time, I'm very good at writing on GIMP, like with my mouse, and so whenever I need to write notes or something, like to work through a problem, I typically just write it down in GIMP. And I wrote down Eureka here because I had seen that I'd found the problem. I had found that it wasn't global, and that was the problem. Well, no, that wasn't it. This is actually me trying to work through something else. I had it go through. I could just Vim it. Yeah, so originally here where it said rlist pop 0, it used to say rlist pop I, which would pop the 0th, the 1st, the 2nd, and then the 3rd, when really, because it's a for loop, I could just do 0 and it does exactly what I want it to do. But I was putting I in the rlist pop because I thought it would make, like, it just kind of made more intuitive sense, but it wasn't doing the correct thing. It was like skipping every other word. But anyway, yeah, so it was supposed to remove the last 4 words from this string and it turns the string into a list by using the split function. But anyway, yeah, it was just really crazy. And here was the problem. I had to do global items to update, and then I had to do items to update endless. I think this actually might do an error. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, so as you can see, all this output is just sort of debugging from my stuff, but you can see you type in these words and it removes the last 4 words from the string, so it keeps these. And that was just a little bit of trouble, and I kept getting held up, but I figured it out, and I'm pretty happy about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get ready for work now, and I'm really overexposed now. It's great. What's the difference between my neck and my face? You can't see it. But you know, anyway, yeah. All right, bye.